Welcome to day 5. By now you've done the hard work, you've cleared the pressure, rebuilt safety, and learned how to talk to each other again. Now it's time to build the playground. This is where we bring the spark back, by paying attention to the environment that you're creating inside of your home. Maybe you've had this feeling before, that sex comes alive again when you go on a vacation. Well, there's a reason for that. Vacation feels like a playground, but you can't live by vacations alone. You need to build the vacation inside of your home. Your home is your primary playground, and we need to treat it like that. Eroticism isn't something that you manufacture. It's something that you build from a place of authenticity. Think of eroticism as a combination of emotions that makes sexuality exciting. Now, I've told you before that in order to feel desire, it starts with anticipation. Think about that feeling when you're driving home from a great night out. Energy is high, electricity is high, you both have those looks on your faces. That's anticipation. This means that you can't put the pressure of a sexual invitation on a single moment. You build excitement into your life as often as you can. Erotic energy thrives on space, curiosity, and even a little mystery. When everything feels predictable, passion suffocates. So from here on out, you're not initiating sex, you're inviting it. An invitation says, I want you, but you're free to choose. That freedom is what makes desire possible. Every single one of us has an erotic mind. It's something that sits at the center of us. Some of us may be more aware of it than others, but it's deeply personal, deeply private, and the result of everything that we are as a human being. And every person's erotic mind is stirred by a unique mix of 4 deep motivators. Once you understand them, you'll know exactly how to create an erotic environment that fits both of you. For many people, desire grows in the waiting. They need to imagine, to look forward to feel the tension build. When there's nothing to anticipate, the body doesn't wake up. You can build anticipation with time and tone, slow text messages during the day, a knowing look across the room, the unspoken promise of something later. Anticipation turns routine into electricity. There was a time that you did this without even thinking about it. You put your energy into the look that you gave her when she walked into the room. Those subtle cues have been sanded off by familiarity and time. It's time for you to consciously bring them back into your life. Part of what keeps sex exciting is the sense that you're doing something slightly outside the lines. That could be something as simple as changing locations or breaking the routine, or whispering something that you've wanted to say but never have said out loud. It's not about danger, it's about the permission to explore the edge a little bit more closely. All of us have to decide for ourselves what that risk is. For most married relationships, this is all about fantasy. It's the thing that you imagine in your mind when you're having sex that maybe you don't tell. It's the scene that you read in a book or something that you see on the TV. It's the illicit words and phrases that you want to hear. Now that you have built safety into your relationship, you can communicate without judgment, you can use tentative language, you should be able to talk about these things. Now I hope you're getting a better sense of why intimacy is so critical to sexual passion. The deeper your intimacy goes, the more deeply you accept your partner. Start talking about those things that push the limit just a little bit more, as long as it's safe and consensual between the two of you. For others, the erotic moment peaks when they feel completely seen. When desire meets emotional openness, the kind you've been rebuilding, the experience becomes deeper, more powerful, somehow more human. Create this by slowing down. Many of you can build erotic passion just by maintaining eye contact, or by expressing yourself during sex, or by letting your partner see you own your excitement instead of hiding it. Communicate verbally during sex. Get out of your head and into your body. One thing I've already told you is a phrase that I want you to eliminate from your sexual vocabulary, which is initiation. Initiation implies entitlement. Invitation is what we're aiming for. Another word that I want you to remove from your sexual vocabulary is performance. Performance is like poison, especially to men's sexuality. The more you start thinking about the pleasure and the experience of the moment, the less you're going to be worried about when you have an orgasm, how long you're lasting, or how good it is for her. That's her responsibility to communicate to you. That's his responsibility to communicate with you. You are responsible for your own pleasure in a sexual experience. Much of the openness and freedom in sex just comes from letting go, letting yourself communicate, letting yourself say what you like, letting your partner into that part of your mind that you've never let anybody into. Finally, something that I hear all the time, especially from lower desire partners, is that sex is a burden because they're too in their head. They want to be with a partner who is full of confidence, who knows exactly what he wants or exactly what she wants and isn't afraid to take it, assuming that he is listening closely to her boundaries and where her limits are. This isn't about control, but it's about safe dominance and direction. Many partners find desire when they feel their partner's assured presence. It sounds something like this. I want you. I know what you like. Let me take care of this. These four currents, anticipation, risk, vulnerability, and confidence, are what makes eroticism magnetic. Your relationship doesn't need all of them at all times, but if none are present, desire goes flat. This is why it feels like the sex that you're having is routine. Now, let's connect those erotic motivators to how you make an invitation. We're going to talk about four of them. The bold invitation, clear, confident, and direct, sounds something like this. You turn me on. I want you tonight. Be clear with what you want. Don't be afraid to say it. Remember, you already have built in the golden rule. This isn't about pressure. It's about clarity. The only reason you should ever feel any anxiety is because you're worried about rejection or you're worried about putting on pressure. The golden rule takes care of that. You be bold in your invitation. It speaks to the motivator of power and mastery. It works because confidence itself is erotic, especially when safety is already established. The second type of invitation is the slow, subtle invitation. This is slow, sensory, and physical. A touch without an expectation. A gentle kiss. Something that says, I just wanted to feel you. This awakens vulnerability and anticipation. Remember, when touch is safe, desire returns naturally. The third style of invitation is the seductive invitation. The seductive invitation is all about playful, humorous teasing. A text, an inside joke, a shared memory that carries heat. This activates risk and mystery. It's the wink across the table that says, we still got it. We still know how to play. Use all three of those invitations, but beware of the fourth style of invitation, the one I still have to include in this conversation. The fourth style is the coercive style of invitation. This is the one that most couples in desire discrepancies use. Instead of being bold or seductive or playful, I'm passive-aggressive. I'm avoidant. These behaviors become the thing that cues your partner into the fact that you want to have sex, but it's sex that operates from caregiving. Use the first three styles of invitation and be bold with all three of them. Blend them. Bold when you feel strong, subtle when you want connection, seductive when you want some spark, or whatever matches your personality. The more variety, the richer the erotic landscape that you create. So how do you keep your marriage a place where desire can keep breathing? Keep the anticipation alive. Talk about what you want before you're in bed. Keep play alive. Remember, it's a playground. Humor, flirting, a little teasing. Keep freedom alive. No pressure, ever. Desire can only exist where it's safe, even if you're in a dry spell, even if pain shows up in the middle of sex or a stomachache happens in the middle of sex. Always welcome no. Keep curiosity alive. Ask your partner what turns them on, not what's allowed. The threshold for saying yes to sex is enthusiasm and excitement, not willingness. Eroticism doesn't need to be extreme or complicated. It just needs space and the courage to use it. All right, let's talk about your practice today. Choose one of these to try tonight or sometime this week. Build anticipation. Send flirty texts before you see each other. Create mystery. Change the location, lighting, or timing of your next moment. Invite boldly. Say exactly what you want and release all pressure for a yes. But show your vulnerability. Let your partner see your excitement without hiding or deflecting or apologizing. You don't need all of these at once. Just choose one or two and play. Remember, you're not trying to get sex. You're trying to create an erotic world that you both live in. This is what all of this work has been for. You've built safety. Now you get to build the fire. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the final piece, how to end the cycle of rejection for good and keep the spark alive for the long haul. Remember to stay committed to the change that you came here for. I'll see you tomorrow.